Okay, so now we're going to move quickly through the interface of all of Photoshop. We're going to start up here at the top, work our way around to kind of get you adjusted on what you see before you. Let's look at the view and the window, and you'll see up at the window there'll be a workspace. These are saved workspaces I have, and you can save your own workspace when you get used to, like, I want this over here, I want these things set up like that. Everybody's got their way of working around Photoshop. Most people might have two screens, and they just have this on one screen and all their tools on another screen. It just depends who you are. So if I go to Workspace, I can hit Essentials Default. So I'm going to click that, which is what you should start out with. And that's how we're going to start now. And what you do after that is up to you. So we hit Essentials and Default, and it'll open up your default, which will put your stuff here. It'll have this type of setup over here, your layers down at the bottom, these type of things here. If you don't have these, you can always open those up in the windows, and all of these, everything that you're seeing around here is right here. 3D actions, adjustment, brush, channels, characters, clone, histogram, layers, libraries, navigator. Here's your tools and options. So if you click in one of these, say I want to hide the tool palette, I can just unclick that and there it goes, it just disappeared. So I want to show that again, the tool palette, so I'll just click tool palette there. Everything is made draggable. So this little bar right here, we can click and it opens up things. We can click on these tabs and they switch around from character to paragraph. This one has 4 in it: colors, swatches, library, styles. Now let's say I want styles out. I can hold this, drag it, and move everything out. I can keep moving things that I want out into this area, and you can see how that just got rid of all of that. You might have some type of preference where you want some things just already out, and you can move things around. Now, if you have it like that, you can click this little double arrow collapse, and we can collapse these to icons. So now we just have this over in the corner, this here, collapse this, move this over here, collapse this, move this over here. Now, if I bring this over to here, I can set it, rest it in these areas. So if I want that there, I can move that there. If I want this here, move it here. If I want that there, I can drag and drop it there. If I want this in here, I can bring it there in between the blue line that you saw, or I can drag it back out and I can put it here in this box, which now it will have all these 5 things, which is a lot. So I'm going to bring that back out. So you can see that everything is kind of customizable. Don't get too overwhelmed with what these things are, because you can put them how you want them. Let's say you use a lot of the color thing. So you might want that out here. So you could drag it out. You might want that out here, and you might want it big. So once you get your workspace to where you want, you would hit Window, Workspace, and you would hit you could hit over here and just save your workspace. So you can save workspaces. See, you could hit New Workspace, and we could call this our Workspace 2015, or like if you're using things to do color correction, you can say Color Correction Workspace, or GIF. If you're using GIF, you could have a timeline showing, and you could say GIF Workspace. So you can have a lot of different workspaces. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, this is overwhelming. What are these over here? All these are just different tools to the left, and all of this here. This is Sublime, which if we open that, that just crashed, which I figured it would because Sublime is messed up. But Let's go back and reopen that. So here we are again. Open up File. Let's open a picture. Here's what we had. So right now it's opening up the default, or actually it's opening up the 3D. So we want to go to Window. Yours will open up. See, it's checked for 3D. Yeah, well, I was working on 3D, so that's how it stayed. This is usually my whole thing. Now to collapse this, so we have this on color, we can do things like this. See the little up and down thing? We can scoot these up. We can go in between there if we could and scoot. If they won't let you, then that means that's as small as they get. And we can do things like this. You see what I did? I collapsed this whole window right here. Alright, so here so if this makes it more easy for you, if I want to look at my styles, I just click styles and it opens it up and I collapse it. That might be easier for you because it's not. So for my layers, I can click it and we can drag this down and I can actually see my layers. So I do like this too, but sometimes I just keep it open. Alright, so this over here is all your layers and different things, colors, swatches, characters, paragraphs, all that stuff. Over here is your tools that you use to manipulate the photo with as well. Up at the top we have our menu navigation, which would open up everything, and then like I said before, this bar is whatever tool you have opened up at that point in time. So, and then down here at the bottom, you have this, which is a grabber. So if this is really big, if I open this up and I keep plussing this, you see that just came available. So now I can move this around and shift this back and forth. So basically that's a slider that happens, and you can watch it disappear when I go completely to in there. This right here is my percentage of my zoom, right down there at the bottom in the corner. You can see it in the bottom left. That's my zoom. So if I click my zoom tool, which is right here, and I zoom in a little bit, you can see that change to 100%. If I want to go in here and I just change it to 50 and hit enter, it'll bring it to 50%. So that's up to you. And then you have this says share on Behance, this little thing, and then this tells you what your document is. You can document sizes and things like that. You won't really use any of this at the bottom. So that, and here is your workspaces too. So your workspace window can be up here too, so you can switch between workspaces. You don't have to go over here and hit window workspace. Alright, so that is basically an overview. Next thing we're going to go into is going through each one of these individually.